You're watching Channel 4.
Unlike the Romans were century, we can't expect the barbarians from without. The barbarians come from within. Perhaps the only barbarian art which our society admits is the graffiti. Inevitably, all our buildings are exposed to the spray gunner's efforts. And the element in the graffiti is not the human figure. It is the letter form. Maybe the barbarians are teaching us something that we don't yet understand.
Last time, at £22.5 million, at £22,500,000 for the last time.
Maybe the way out of our impasse, if there is one, must be in looking for such minor crumbs of comfort.
What is this thing called bombing?
Bombing? Yo, Brim, school girl on what bombing is. Yeah, you want me to get stripped on the word bombing?
Turn the word bombing to a beautiful sound. See my name, Brim Rock, all around the town, all the cars on the train. Be looking so bright, blasted full of color in the middle of the night. I be chilling in the Bronx, that's my domain. Living in a city full of hate, full of pain. Living in a city where you got to pay. Surviving a night to live another day.
Bombing, bombing,
Keep on.
bombing, bombing.
Cause there is no match. So give me that. 24/7, 365. Bombing is the thing that keeps me alive. Bombing, bombing. Wake up, grab my pain, take a look at the time. Whip out my tools and grab my outline. Got a little bit of stimo, a little bit of sex. Hook up my style and make it complex. Meet the few, meet the crowd, the TAT crowd. We be rocking the lines and I say it out loud. Rocking the style, that's on top of the pile. TAT outlaws or in your file.
Bombing, bombing,
Keep on.
bombing, bombing.
I mean, hip-hop is a tough time over there the same way it does here. But it's the outlaw music, it's the renegade kids, you know. But one of the best things we can get out of this is the sense of communication between the kids here and the kids over there. I mean, that's really the basis for the whole show. That's the idea, to bring this sort of Zulu Nation message from, you know, from here to over there.
I think that's a good idea, man, that you should go to England and France and spread Zulu, man. I think Zulu should be a positive thing all over the world.
Well, our people from the Zulu Nation, meaning our DJs, our rappers and stuff, you know, we for different causes, we would go over there and shock the house. Hip-hop sold it up.
How does the grass one work?
We can set it up so you do some painting. And the kids all come and they ask you about style and technique, and they want to know how to do it.
Got the right man right there, Brother Brim. I'm gonna go there and grab it up.
Right. You have to do graffiti workshops as well.
What's this? You're gonna be giving hip-hop school?
That's right. There's going to be a school for hip-hop.
Yeah,
You handle the funk.
Like Bam said, rock shock it, you know?
Let them know the Bronx is coming. Tell the government. Brim is coming to rock their graffiti world. Go on, Brim.
Now, for many people, graffiti is just another sign of how scruffy the modern world has become. But across the Atlantic Ocean, some graffiti has now been elevated to the status of an art form. And with us, Brim Fuentes, the graffiti king of the New York subway. Have I pronounced your name correctly, sir?
Yeah.
And how long have you been doing graffiti?
Since 1979.
How old were you then when you started?
15.
Did you just begin with the aerosol spray can because there was nothing else to do in the South Bronx?
Well, yeah, I began painting on the trains as a sign of like expressing myself and doing something useful instead of just, you know, standing on the streets, you know, getting into fights and stuff, you know, producing something. You know, I used to like to see the trains ride with my name across it, and it made you feel like you were somebody, you know, living in a place like the South Bronx.
I mean, we can have a look actually at one of Brim's completed graffiti. There it is. I'd have no difficulty in looking at that and pondering over it and wondering just what it is. It looks as if you're spelling out a word in the middle. Can you tell me?
It says freedom.
Freedom, I beg your pardon. I didn't see the D there.
Freedom of art.
It's the first time anybody's ever done anything like this. So you're not just talking about the first time we've done anything like this. It's the first time it's ever been done. Yeah, but you see, there are very few places that actually are catering to teenagers like the shop is doing. So, I mean, it isn't just, you know, graffiti. We are actually trying to bring another dimension to this whole sort of hip-hop culture. What's the difference between a culture and a fad? I thought that was obvious. Few N's. N for nuts. Yeah, bye-bye. Hello, Fred. Hi, how are you?
Jane Alfred's officer.
Yeah, I'm very frazzled. I've got massive things for you. Look, listen.
I must tell you, we got through immigration, no problem whatsoever. The whole lot got through. Bam, Lisa Lee, I can see, no problems whatsoever.
Well, look, the calls I've taken this morning, Standard, The Mirror, Sunday Times. Who else? Oh, God, yeah, now there's all the radio people that are coming along to actually interview both Brim and the kids that are there. You won't mind giving interviews and things?
No. It's good because it seems a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people are talking in the point of ignorance, you know, calling me a vandal or whatever they're calling me. They don't understand what I'm doing. They don't even understand what it's about. They ain't never seen graffiti.
But it isn't just the graffiti work. What we'll be doing is, in that previous week, we're doing scratch mix workshops.
Do you want to go?
Then Lisa Lee is going to do rapology classes.
Does anybody want to try? Women of the world, no matter the race. Women of the world, no matter the race. To stand in the place, cause these own the case. To stand in the place, cause these own the case. Who else wants to try? Okay, when I say something, you're gonna repeat what I say, okay?
Go off, man, go off.
Throw your hands in the air and listen to me.
Throw your hands in the air and listen to me.
You listen to the voice of MC Lisa Lee.
Listen to the voice of Charlie C.
We've done it as though it was classical music. You know when they have master classes and the cello and all that sort of thing? Well, we're having master classes in the whole of hip-hop culture.
Check it out, Jazzy Jones. Now, we got DJ Red Alert who plays on 98.7 Q. I'm going to show you how we used to start scratching. In the beginning, we used to go, that was it. You know, at that time, you thought you was the greatest thing out there, you know? Then last, you started doing this thing about, we started thinking, that man gonna mess his records up. What's going on?
Hello, Jane, you speaking.
Jane, hi. My name's Robert Keller. I'm a producer with American Television, ABC News.
Uh-huh.
And I understand from reading some of our more colorful papers that you've invited some hooligans and thugs from our fair New York City over here for a festival. Is that right?
Well, yes. I take issue with you over hooligans and thugs, but...
But I'd very much like to talk to Brim and film some of the workshops.
Right. Well, I'm sure that would be okay. Just as a matter of interest, what kind of angle are you going to take on this? Is it going to be positive or negative?
Purely salacious and degrading, I can assure you.
Right.
But basically, it's a curious phenomenon for the Americans to see that kind of culture exported to the English.
Right.
And we would probably do it, take a very funny angle.
Right.
It'd be humorous.
You hope.
Later. Well, the story is basically this New York graffiti artist he's come to England and he's...
There aren't many things we Americans can teach the Europeans about art. But this 19-year-old school dropout, ex-drug user and ex-criminal from the Bronx, has been holding seminars in London and Paris.
You know, it just, you mess around with cats to get a different...
Graffiti art is the latest rage over here, and Natalio Fuentes, who's better known among his millions of fans as Brim, is the Pied Piper of spray paint.
I help these kids. I tell them, hey, don't take no drugs. Hey, don't steal. Don't scribble on the walls. If you're gonna do something, ask permission. That kind of influence. I'm not telling these kids because I could easily tell these kids, hey, destroy the city, and they would do it.
And a lot of people are afraid that armed with the drive for self-expression, Brim's disciples will fan out and deface one of the world's most beautiful cities.
What counts is people's opinion. But if people start saying stuff that didn't take no effort, you felt like painting, so you went out there and painted, didn't even have nothing planned, and they're gonna say, hey, it's not art, man. It's just kids fooling around together.
I'm talking about when you're planning out on paper before you go to the wall. How far do you go?
You do only the outline. You sketch it, and you keep on sketching it till you can do it in your sleep.
So you do the colours on the spot, though.
The colors aren't. It's like motion painting. And boom, boom. Whatever you feel that day.
Different. Yeah, it's different. You do anything to it.
You gotta practice, man. So you gotta sit down.
Staying in England.
I don't know. Maybe about another week and a half, 2 weeks. That's all right. So we'll have time to fix it, man. Because I do want to do this wall, man. This wall could be so devastatingly fresh.
Yeah.
And don't stop till you can't paint no more.
One thing that you might be interested in, Bob, actually, is we've had a call from British Rail for Brim to do a wall.
New York graffiti style, is it?
Yes.
That'd be terrific.
Yes.
Yo, I got the fresh design in my man.
That's brilliant. You're all on the sunshine.
I'm gonna rock it. They're gonna be so fresh.
Well, I think we need probably the whole window. Because when he's working at the top, his head is going to come up there halfway to it's like phonetic.
But let's do a couple.
Yeah, okay.
You think it's nice?
It ain't finished. You got a lot to go.
God, I'll quit when it's finished.
Why you say that for? Why you act like that for?
I don't understand it.
So just because you don't understand something, you put it down right away?
Yeah, I'd rather put something else on the wall than just that.
But if you don't understand it,
so
just...
you can understand.
See, that's the whole thing about this whole movement, is to try to understand other people's life and other people. If I didn't understand you and understand the way you were, I wouldn't put you down. I'll try to understand it, and if I don't understand
well,
it, then I
they are
wouldn't
doing
say
that in
nothing.
the country. Look at every day there's somebody's killed. I mean, every time you put the television...
But this ain't killing everybody.
Somebody's got killed. I mean, it isn't Britain anymore.
I don't know about that.
It isn't England anymore.
I don't understand.
But it isn't easy exporting America's hip-hop culture to those who aren't hip.
And then we have to copy America? Lady in hell.
On your tape.
It isn't England anymore. It isn't Britain anymore.
A young American with a foreign policy crisis, trying to make his mark on European culture without defacing it. Mike Lee, ABC News, London.
I've just had a call from Ruskin College, Oxford.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Barbara?
Yeah. They want him to do a class, to lecture to their fine arts students. Oh my God, Oxford is a really old university town. I mean, it's centuries older than Yale or Harvard or any of that lot. I mean, it really is, yeah. And it's all dreaming spires.
really understand what graffiti really is unless you live around abandoned buildings and cars that are burnt and stripped. Once it gets into art galleries and respectable places, it kind of loses its value and its fight. And graffiti on the trains, that's our museum, you know, that's our art gallery. If like a train that I do comes into the station, they'll be like examining this shit. You know, like, if I was to go to like an art school and show them graffiti, and I walk in there with my portfolio, you know, full of pictures of trains, and they'll tell me to get out because I was, you know, like, you know, criminal and shit, like a wanted criminal.
Well, different spaces for different students. Those are plaster casts, like life casts, if you can. Yeah. And then this is the construction, a bit of modern art.
People in this country don't know how lucky they are, boy.
Yeah.
They don't know how lucky they are. Got a lot of help out here. You just highlight the piece, you know, when you're about to finish. This is just like a quick run through to show you the process. Then if you like, I want to draw some stars, go like that. That's you highlight the piece, like, you know, it look much different and better if you did the piece, you know, with colors and a full wall and stuff, you know. But that's you keep on.
You don't normally get a pause.
Huh?
Are there any rules?
There's rules. Like if I do a painting and you write over it, that's cause to get your ass kicked right there on the spot. Right? You just try to outdo each other. It's like the whole, heavy competition, you know. And when you think about it, just, you know, trying to be positive, man, trying to create the whole final thing of graffiti. It's doing something positive. Because I could easily just go out there and smoke angel dust and be crazy, and right now be in the 125th Street on a station half dead, you know, not knowing like some of my friends are. They haven't found an outlet to funnel their feelings and shit, and they're just walking around the Bronx doing nothing and having no aim in life. You know, their only aim in life is to go out there, get a brand new pair of sneakers, nice fat laces and straight leg pants, iron nice, you know what I'm saying? It might sound silly, but this is the way they feel, and this is the way they can show off to the world that they got, you know, that they got something. You know what I'm saying? When really in reality they don't, you know what I'm saying? But they could show to the world that they do have something, man. So, you know, like this graffiti and this whole hip hop thing goes way, way beyond the final, you know, piece. It's the whole struggle and trying to help, you know, kids get out of the ghetto and go on the right road, you know? That's about it. Get ready to get out of here.
Michael Winner, does that name ring any bells to you? He's a film director. He's doing a film called Death Wish 3, and he's recreating it on a lot in Pinewood or something like that, and wants you to add a touch of authenticity by giving it a bit of graffiti.
That Death Wish 3, it always be making look like the Puerto Ricans and the blacks in New York look like an animals, man. I bet you they just want me just to write my name all over the place and make it look bad. They're not gonna want to see, you know, good graffiti. All them movies is like Charles Bronson comes and boom, 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 kill all the hoods, the black Puerto Rican hoods. Never nobody kills them in the movies. But I see it.
Gentlemen, the streets are full of degenerates, killing each other indiscriminately. Arrest them.
See the first two death wishes? Well, the third, he goes to Brownsville in East New York and kind of befriends some elderly people in an apartment block of all races who are terrorized by street gangs, and eventually the whole neighborhood rises up against the street gangs led by Charlie Bronson, and there's a kind of goodies versus baddies, almost World War III. Well, what they've got in this area are very dilapidated old apartment houses, mainly Victorian 1900-ish apartment houses. We're going to dirty all that down so it looks very grubby. And they're still inhabited. They were once middle class, in fact, largely Jewish area originally, and now it's largely Hispanic and black area. I actually saw a train in New York the other day with no graffiti.
No.
Huh?
Because I'm over here.
That's because you're over here, absolutely. You better get back for him. The trains are getting away. I don't know why I didn't shave, really. I suppose I did. Gentlemen, this will be a wonderful movie. I want every wall to be looked at. Don't look at the actors on this movie. Look at the walls. Forget the script. Forget the story. Look at the walls, and if you see them signed, look harder. Is that right for him? It'll be sensational.
Oh, that's fantastic. Front page of The Guardian. That's the quality paper.
But the bad news.
What?
Vandal.
I suppose we should have expected it, actually.
But
So what is good if they don't like it?
well,
We're doing
yeah,
it
but
for
I
them. We're
mean,
doing it for the kids. Stealing,
Yeah.
stealing guns.
He makes you sound like a gangster.
Oh, you're kidding. Hang on, wait, I don't think. Jean, they're queuing already.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
How many?
They've tried to suppress it. And where's the answer? The queue is now forming down Euston Road. They haven't been able to suppress it.
Okay, we're gonna take it from the top, the second half. That's Red Alert, IQC, Jazzy Joyce, Lisa Lee, and Bam Bottom, please. Where is Red Alert? Where is Red Alert? Keep some quiet. We're gonna run straight through to the bottom. There's some people that aren't here, but we're not gonna stop, okay? Let's go. The show that's never been seen by anybody.
What's going on here? London, are you ready? Okay, are you ready? I can't hear you. Are you ready? Listen to me. Wow, this is Africa Master and family. Now family.
And family, we got the beat and the back that's so funky. The beat and the music will take your soul, and the high power rap will put you in control. And a family is a new generation. Funk is the word for a new sensation. We're gonna make it dance before the record is through. But if you don't groove, then funk you.
We will fuck you. We will fuck you. Just feel the groove. We will fuck you. The number one graffiti artist, y'all. We will fuck you. Well, I'm Ike, you see, you know I am the boss, and I can rap my beautiful black ass off. I mean what I say what I mean. Rap like you know my mic, like it ain't no thing. We will fuck you. Everybody sing. We will fuck you. The record's got the hip hop. Do y'all want more? Use some more. We will fuck you. We will fuck you. Do you like scratching? Do you like scratching? Do you like scratching? Clap your hands! So we gonna start this party.
That's where it's at.
That's where my baby's at.
That's where my baby's at.
Oh, you got the funk, we got the soul.
You got the funk, we got the soul.
Oh, hip-hop music will never get old.
Hip-hop music will never get old.
Say, kick off the jams.
Kick out the jams.
Electro dance.
Electro dance.
Say, rock, rattle and roll.
Say, rock, rattle and roll.
But I was just talking about. Hello?
Pee-wee?
Who's this?
Yo, Brim, man. What you doing, Joy? I'm chilling, man. So what's up, man? What you been doing?
I got Bow here, man. He doing an outline for a piece he's gonna do on my wall and shit. Yo, here you go right here.
Hello? Yo, what's up, man? Just rocking stuff over here, bro. Yeah, man. Doing a show. A lot of people, man. Yeah, they want me to go all over the country, man. Meet people and everything. That's cool. Word. But it's kind of, I don't want to go by myself, man. So, you know, I could bring somebody.
Yeah, yo, I got this person in mind, man.
Who's that?
Me.
You swear. Nah, you want to come down? That's why I called.
I'm down. I'll go out there.
Alright, get swift. I'm gonna send the tickets. I'm gonna make all the reservations tomorrow.
Alright.
Alright, so yo, you just cool out, man. Alright, later.
Yo, what's the name of that place we're going to? Wolverhampton. We're gonna go meet this guy, some breakers, and see what's up with hip-hop over here.
Chill, we're in the train. Train comes in 9 o'clock, man. What time is the train? 9 o'clock.
Got any graffiti? Graffiti's everywhere now, homeboy, everywhere. Welcome to Wolverhampton. What this town got to offer me, homeboy?
Lot, man. Can't wait, man. Hey, look at that here, man. Got 2 pieces. The first pieces we've done down here, man.
Check out the piece. Check out the piece.
This one's my first
Uh-oh. We coming to the masterpiece. Watch it. I got this one right here. Look at this character.
The big head.
look at his head. His whole body is bigger than. Look, his laces are dripping.
What's the new record, man?
Yo, man, Bada came out the fresh. Yo, Bada got this fresh new record out, homeboy. Yeah. Street record. You got the new Africa Bambaataa record and family?
Yeah, man, this is got to man.
Yeah,
that's a shit.
Word. Can you play it?
Listen to me. This is Africa Bambaataa and family. Listen to me. This is Africa Bambaataa and family. Now, bandits, we will fuck you. We will fuck you. Another secret, never sing it.
Cricket, man.
That's where it's at. Shacking down the shack. That's where it's at. That's where my baby's at. That's where my baby's at. We got the soul. Hip hop music will never get old. Hip hop music will never get old. Hip hop will never stop.
Works in a small area, and it's all unemployment around this area. There ain't nothing else for anybody around here. That's why everybody comes together.
Yeah, I don't work. You don't work.
Thing, man.
You want to work, though, right?
Yeah, man. But it's not really making any sense. Most people going to work and doing these working schemes, £25, because it's cheap labor. At the end of the 12 months, you're expecting to get a permanent job. When you go out there, the factories are closing down.
You got to put a fight, man, you know. People can't push you around like that, man. You know what I'm saying? And the only way to do that is through education. Because if you know, that's where the power is, man.
Education's gone as well. Education, brainwashing.
They don't teach you what you really want to know. Like me, I'd like to want to, if I was at school, I want to know in Africa, Jamaica, what about England, kings and queens? Because it doesn't really concern me. It's like you, where you come from, you want to learn your roots. Same thing with God, he wants to know his roots.
That's why we started hip hop. Because, you know, I can't relate to no ballet. I ain't no ballet, and I don't listen to no classical music.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to hear no Elton John. I want to hear, you know, Grandmaster Flash or Africa Bambaataa. So they could have the newspapers, they could have the television program, but I could have the trains and I could have the walls. And I'm gonna keep it along, and I'm gonna make sure that before I die, you know, people can know what happened in the South Bronx, what happened here, you know, and what happened in Britain, Birmingham, Bristol, London.
Yeah, it's just about spraying like just pretty colours all over the place. Spraying something what people can, you know what I mean, refer to, man. You can speak, if you can't speak it like this, you might as well speak it on the walls, man, or speak something like that.
If you can't say it, spray it. Yeah, gotta play, man. I feel good about today, man. We're gonna get swift. Hopefully, man, all this stay together, man, because this is making history, bro.
Definitely.
This is serious, serious shit. This is making history, bro. Yeah, we're in the middle piece. We're in the middle piece. I got the middle.
I think it's very interesting that a lot of the stuff, the lettering is the key to it.
Right.
Because I know some art historians think that the letterform is going to be the big motif in painting this century, and it's going to replace the human figure as the central motif in painting.
And here's like a whole new art form almost. Just stop here a minute. Just want to introduce ourselves. I'm Dave and this is Steve.
How you doing, Brown?
We did the mural around the corner. Good to have you in Birmingham.
Thank you.
This has been funded, this thing, by the county council in the Midlands. Is there any chance you could fund something like this in America from a local council or a city council?
In America, you rarely get this kind of stuff, you know? Like, the muralists are the ones that get all the stuff like this, you know what I'm saying? Because in America, I'm like seen as the biggest vandal, you know?
Hi. I'm Dave Patton. We filmed. We did the mural around the corner.
Oh, yeah.
You
3D.
Yeah. Why are you doing this?
Well, I've been doing it for years, you know, about 2.5 years, yeah. It was nothing to do with the hip-hop culture as it was then, you know. It was just like getting into it, messing about, and then it got a bit more serious.
Right.
And then everyone sort of grew up together, you know, and everyone started in different towns and everyone got to know each other, you know, and then...
We have a look at the working drawing for this one.
Yeah. It's justice drawing, that's a reinforcing character.
So your stuff normally has a political centrepiece?
It depends. I mean, I've done pieces like The Day the Lord Died, which is like just a fantasy. It's not sort of an anarchist statement or anything. But it's in a way saying that graffiti's taking it, you know, and the law can't do anything about it when we're out there at night doing it. That's what it's saying. Art freedom. I've made my art bigger, so the F is kind of encapsulated in the art.
Your working drawings are always this finished, are they?
Yeah, I always finish.
Colour studies and...
Yeah, I always do colour study and an outline. I've got the outline book, but I've already got the outline up here, so I know what I'm doing there.
And you just scale it up by eye?
Yeah.
You've got nerves of steel, mate.
It's unusual to have 4 different groups working on a thing at the same time. It's never happened to you before.
We normally don't work like this, because then they be biting. That's, you know, they copy your style, they see the way you do it, you know what I'm saying, and they try to imitate it. They go.
Trade secrets.
Yeah.
You ever have any arguments working?
Yeah. Sometimes we battle, same thing like here, you know, and then at the end they just let the people judge, you know, whose piece they like the best.
Well, look at this piece here, right? Yeah. It's more like an artist spray, you know, with a spray gun, compared to this piece here. Yeah. Like this is more down to earth. More spray. Just a pure writing. Like Brim, he's used the outline of bubbles and edging like clouds. And his friend next door to him, he's used a lot of cloud. He's used characters. Yeah. Instead of actually using a letter. And same on the Bristol piece as well.
Yeah, Goldie. Coming out swift, the colors are kicking, man. Yo, D. Justice for all. Say it loud and spray it proud. Cool, it's fresh.
Yo, dude, this is Heath Town, man. This is where I show my work. My own little art gallery, man.
You done this neighborhood, right? 57 now, something like that, man.
57 in this neighborhood. Just when we first started to cover this place, you know, just like, it was seeming like a reverse thing, you know, like always against it. But now it's like the graph's got, it's just like taking over, man. Take it away, take the graph away now. It's just like people look at this blank wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like people who come out from Birmingham and stuff, they need to look at this stuff and everything. Yeah, and Sheffield or whatever.
They'll come for it to look, man. Like they don't, you know, a lot of people, when they come up here, they think, God, how could this be here, man?
But this is where it's most important, isn't it? Because this is where you're doing it.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, man.
You know, these estates, they try and throw people away on these estates, don't they?
I'm telling you, man, it's just like...
So they can do business as usual, isn't it?
Concrete jungle. Eventually, people will realize that you can't look at blank walls forever, man. Yo, Brim, I'll take it to my old yard, man. This is where my first real graph sat, on the walls in my room. But I want you to see it, man, you know, like how it all began.
This is where I used to live, man. There's no electricity here?
No. This is my room, man. This was home, man. It's where we used to meet, man. It's where we used to talk about graffiti, man. People used to, anyone seen go in his bedroom, I he's done some wild stuff up there, man. No, I never wanted to leave this, man, because they took it away from me now. It's always gonna be there. I'll always come back and I'll say it was always here. This is where it is, man. This is where it was, man.
You took pictures?
Yeah, I took pictures and shit, man. I got pictures of it.
It'll live forever.
Hello, Pakistan, Africa, Bambata, and family.
It's the B-boys, man. The Zulu Kings.
I wonder if Bambata knows how much he influenced people.
Influenced me. The Zulu Kings, man. B-boys.
Statue of Liberty.
I always look at her face, man. She got a face of steel, man. But that's the only thing I could find to refer to America, man. It's in New York, you know what I mean?
She doesn't mean nothing to me, man.
But she's standing up for justice.
That ain't me, bro. That ain't real, bro. That shit is for everybody else, you know? Because my father always told me, you're trying to beat the system, Junior. You're trying to beat the system. You ain't gonna beat the system. And sometimes I think about it.
I'm surrounded, man. You're just surrounded.
But I think about that. And then I think about, is it all really a dream? You know? Because I already got a kid, man. Because I can't buy no food with no pictures of trains, man.
It's just life, you just tear
I ain't trying to get my kid out of the ghetto, though, bro. I don't know. I don't want my kid to go through what I went through, man. I'll tell you that much. But I just hope, man, that 20 years from now, you know.
You got a graffiti? That's all one piece, man. It's just one piece in the jigsaw to all the other things, man.
I just hope I'm doing the right thing, man.
You're putting your mark down like this is gonna be a legend, man. I mean, you know what is coming over here, spread the word over here, man. I mean, we gotta start making our own kind of movement, man. To join in with a fight kind of thing, because it's not a fight for fun and games, it's a fight for life and what you want to do, man.
Yo, B, where's this place at, bro?
Yo, D said we see some people, man.
Yo, man, this looks like a train yard, B. Word. Yo, if we don't find this party, man, I'm gonna go home, man.
I don't know, where's that, man? Yo, what's that over there?
Yo, man.
Where'd they go?
I hear some music, man. Gotta be down there.
Let's find them guys, man, see what's up.
Yo, man, about time we found this. This is it, right? Hell yeah.
Yo, D, where you been, man?
What's up, man? Yo, let's go to this party, man.
This party, man.
Over here.
So right now, the work microphone should get out. Oh man, 3Ds and take the mic. All right.
The MCs and who ain't related are running down a rhyme, you can't aggravate it. You underestimate it, all the fronts are operated. Could you get to demonstrating all your fronts are very dated? I'm the underrated, that's the way I'm motivated. No need to style me, you just make concentrated. I'm the appetizing, no need for appetizing. The fronts are operate are simply enterprising.
The heart,
Soleil,
Levate,
and the
but will
impersonate from the batters.
The I
with all
escape
all the lyrics
that they duplicate.
I'm taking my time.
I concentrate
The way I will
eliminate
and I'm making a plan.
I formulate
to terminate, exterminate. The bodies will deteriorate.
to find out when we demonstrate.
Your mind about appreciates it.
In you go. You're under arrest. I arrested you. Take her in and take her back to the niche. Go on.
See that place over there, Brim? Yeah. That used to be a supermarket. Look at it now.
Barbecue.
All over there, devastated. Got burnt down. The whole place, man.
Who burnt them, though? Who burnt, you know, what happened? It was like a race riot? What kind of riot?
Nah. It's everyone thinks it's just blacks against the Indians, right? It's not that at all. If it was black people that own them shops, they still get robbed, right? And they still get burnt down. It doesn't matter who owns them, right?
So it was just people getting deprived for not having anything for a while, man?
Yeah, that... Put it this way, Brim, right? I personally didn't go out there kicking doors off shops and all that madness, right? But I can understand, same time I can understand the people who did.
Getting tired of being suppressed and having nothing, man.
That's it, you see.
Working all week and coming home with nothing.
The madness about it is when the camera crews and all of them come down here, right? They go straight to the police. You'll never find out the truth that way. Yeah, people to talk to is these guys, us guys. Hey guys, start the beat, man. Come on, give us the beat, man. Stronger, man. Okay. Okay, Bryn, this is for you, right? And call it right in the answer, right in the answer, right in the answer, no. Right in the answer, right in the answer, right in the answer, no. Come catch it, right in the answer, right in the answer, right in the answer, no. How do I know I saw it on the TV show? A little after that, I heard it on the radio. News reporters said they're riding down the Soho. So I jumped out of my bed, put on my trousers and shoes. Not 1 second did I lose. I went out to the riot, they were stepping on my toe. Now guess what they were carrying? A brand new video, they name it right in the answer, right in the answer, right in the answer, no. Right in the answer, right in the answer, right in the answer, no. Right in the answer, right in the answer, right in the answer, no. How do I know I heard it on the radio? A piece of Amber butter, sat down to have a chat. They talked about this, but wouldn't talk about that. Anyway, the most exciting issue is when the cops said to Bam, please, Bam, you have to help me. All the African Zulus are coming after me. It said, Zulus? What do you mean Zulus? You Zulus wearing shoes? Zulus, what do you mean Zulus? You ever seen Zulus wearing shoes? Right in the answer, right in the answer, right in the answer, no. Right in the answer, right in the answer, right in the answer, no.
As you can see, the whole place is in shutters.
And how do you explain that?
Unemployment, everything.
Well, unemployment doesn't mean...
If you look at the activities of the police themselves inside a community, you can see the problem.
It became obvious that Mr. Hurd's walkabout would have to end very quickly if he was to get out on the first.
No. Right in the answer, right in the answer, right in the answer, no. How do I know I saw it on the TV show? I tried to settle him down, but they would not listen. I tried to cool him down, but they would not listen. I said, man, I want to go down. I missed that thing. So come, my brother, help me carry the thing. It's not because he's an Indian or because he's black. It's just a simple reason and the simple fact that we got no money, we got no money. It's because we got no money, we got no money. It's because we got no money, we got no money. It's because we got no money, we got no money. That's why we write in the answer, write in the answer, write in the answer, no. Write in the answer, write in the answer, write in the answer, no. So listen, everybody, just listen to me. The reason why they write is they got no money. You have to understand and see it from their side. All the cops ever do is kick them up the backside. I mean, that's just it, man, you know? Started at the top, right? They knew all the shops were down here, see? And by the time they got to them shops, the cops had moved.
What's this? That was being built or got knocked down?
They were building something there and the shop got right there.
What are they doing now? Why they have it all blocked off?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know. Why is the road blocked off?
I don't ask questions.
Don't ask questions.
I don't.
Why is there so much police here? Are you community cops? Excuse me. Are you a community cop? But are you a community cop though? Are you with the community policing? Then why don't you communicate? Can't be a community cop if you don't communicate. A year ago, I could stand up and have a conversation with a cop all day. Now suddenly this happens, you don't want to talk to us.
You want to talk about dancing?
No, I don't want to talk about dancing. I'm just asking you. I'm not here to hassle you, right? You're not here to
see
hassle
everybody
me.
dancing? What's wrong with dancing? Isn't dancing better than fighting?
Dancing? What makes you think we just dance?
They think people don't got no more minds than that.
You think we can't do anything else but dance? It's quite obvious that we can. I mean, when you're talking about it to people down there, they say, oh, yeah, we know, because it's happening to them, it's all new. You try to talk to someone from far, right? They probably won't even believe you. It's so devastating to them, they probably won't even believe you. So they end up not believing you.
I believe
you don't
it,
get
man, because I come from the same worse than, you know, what's there. You might not believe it, but where we come from is worse. This is normal South Bronx. This is normal South Bronx, all right? There ain't no good places, and you can't beat the system, because we're not part of the system.
You just came back from England. What parts you just came back?
I went all over, man. All over. I was chilling with the rides for and everything.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. It was having rides up in Birmingham and South London and Brixton again.
Hell yeah. And it makes you wonder the way it is over here in America. You know, we think we got it bad, you know, and they think they got it bad. But it's everywhere it's like that. It's the same thing, you know. It's the same.
Definitely going to be an uprising for social change. Everybody in the world wants to work. We need a working class, something that deals with economics that will bring about change for the people. You know, you got to do something before a riot happens or somebody gets killed or somebody has to be sent to the hospital. So we got to organize and stuff and, you know, let them know that we are rebuilding and getting ourselves together and we're not going for the type of system that they're giving us.
I don't believe we're in there.
Just said it to me, right?
Word, bro. We're just gonna get out there and just... That is massive. Them two buildings, man. You think of the fell on you, man. You know what I mean? Just the ant in the city, man. It's absolutely massive, man. Look at it. Look at it, man. I bet that's Brooklyn over there. I bet, yeah. Just don't forget, this is the end of Manhattan Island, isn't it? So it goes round, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what we'll do, right? We'll find Bim and Boyle. And we'll try and check out BAM as well. I was saying where BAM is at and whatever's at. And take it from here, that's where we are now. We follow the red line. Right? Yeah, I think it's 1, 2, 3.
Then she said change somewhere around here, maybe.
Hold on, follow it up there. Where's the Bronx? This is the Bronx.
Bronx up there.
Uptown number 1. That's it. Yo, man, finally made it, man. Oh, yo. Yo, Brim's gotta be around here somewhere, man. Look at the tags, man. Just follow the tags.
There's a fly boy. The files and muscles, man. There's this built up a...
Yo!
Big man.
Shit. You go wide, man.
Really?
Yo, young Brim.
It's
cool, man.
How
Hey.
you got over here, bro?
Huh?
How you got over here? It's up there, boat.
Playing, man. Just... Yo, hey, we've been doing a lot, man, since we're done, man. Caught the train up here, you know, from South Ferry. There's not much graph on there, though. I don't know what we was on. It's just tags, all of the tags.
Our generation is getting too old to just be doing this, man.
I don't know. I haven't bombing no more. Word. We ain't quit, but we just chilling, man. Cause there's a lot of things to do. We gotta work and all that.
You got the kids to look after now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Bio went bombing. He got arrested. They tried to pin burglary on him.
Tell me about it. I went out there doing trains and wind up getting caught for something else that I didn't even do.
Do it and you do it and you do it and you just, you know, you get arrested, you get a record.
For being at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Keep on, you know, so many things you gotta battle, man. You know, I can't do it for much longer, man, if I don't get nobody to...
Yeah, the young guys to come up, man. You like these little guys, you know what I'm saying?
No other youngsters, you know, no reinforcements are coming, man. Ain't no reinforcements. How long can we take it, man? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but you in England. we in New York. They did some stuff in the handbook.
Yeah?
Yeah,
you done a piece over there?
Anyway, man, I want to break out, man.
Wake up, grab my face, take a look at the time. Whip out my tools and grab my outline. Get a little bit of stimo, a little bit of sex. Hook up my style and make it complex. Because you beat the crowd, the DAT crowd. We be rocking the lines and I say it out loud. Rocking the style, that's the top of the pile. DAT outline, all in your prime. Bombin, 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 bombin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to go stay with Sister Bam, man?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's good for something.
Check him out, man. Yo, what's up?
How you doing, bro?
Yeah. Man, what's been happening? What you been doing yourself, man?
I was just organizing, getting ready to get political. We're getting ready to start a big graffiti mural around this whole community center. Different things. We're gonna have different things of political people on the wall, party people on the wall, messages. So it's gonna, be a whole big center wall of
So what's like the political kind of stuff, so what's going down now, what I'm saying? The social
political,
situation,
we're trying to link up with groups that are saying something. We're gonna hook up with the Nation of Islam, the NAACP, the Amnesty International, so, getting ready to do our thing. That's it.
So what about pressure from the police, because like we had Answorth last year, what I'm saying? And like over there now, it's like there's a conscious block, man. Nobody don't want to say nothing. To get noticed now, we've got to get on the mass, what I'm saying? Because you all split up, you got London there, you got Nottingham there, you got Birmingham there, what I'm saying? It's all split up.
Well, the youth gonna have to organize in each city, each town, or whatever county, whatever they call it, and they're gonna have to take a stand.
We live in the same world there, what I'm saying? I know there's a big, there ain't no time gap, like years. We're the same nuclear threat, the same kind of shit,
We're all one nation. If anybody think there's something different, something wrong with them.
Wolverhampton, like Handsworth, is one of the most volatile areas in the West Midlands. The dead man collapsed in a scuffle with two policemen inside this shop. Eyewitnesses claim he collapsed because he was being held in an arm lock by a police officer. As soon as the circumstances of Clinton McKervin's death became clear.
Oh no, I'm telling you, they pushed it too far this time, boy.
He'd apparently been trying to buy clothes with a stolen credit card.
They ain't no excuse to kill the guy, man. They ain't no excuse to drop him.
The police restraint now, remember? Police restraint. Don't forget about it.
The rumours on the street were, and they were put out maliciously, he died through being beaten to death, stabbed to death, had his neck broken.
I can't believe this, What is that right, man?
That's gonna be
it was almost certain he died of cardiac arrest. Probably enhanced by drugs. Bearing in mind,
drugs, man. What sort of drugs reason is, man?
Talking about a teenager. He could have really excused himself for his death, though, Jess.
I can't believe that. That's just like...
It seemed, and I'm convinced, I plead my own case, of course. I have to aim off because I'm obviously prejudiced in this. I'm convinced it was the right decision. It is a pity, in a sense, that the post-mortem contradicted it.
Oh, blues, man. It's gonna cause some eruptions, man. Graffiti, for me now, as far as Heath Town's concerned, it's got no boundaries, man, because there's always something happening, man. There's people who get killed and you lose friends and having to hustle just to make a living, man. Like, for most kids, there's no way out, man. It's got like a sentence that's never gonna finish. I could have chipped out a long time ago, man, because the system's so twisted up, man. The system doesn't understand anything anymore, man. With all that confusion, really, the only way I could find a way out was just to try and use my art as a statement, man. Just put my foot down. As far as I can see, like, doing the commissions for the school and getting involved with the community, it's kind of given me a little bit of space to breathe. It's kind of corny graph and but it's fun, man. That's the word I want, man. It's just fun. And, like, young kids will look at that. Instead of looking at grey brick, man, they'll just see colour, man, and they'll look at it and they think, this is nice, man. And it's like, it kind of puts something in the back of their head. I mean, when I was a kid, I didn't have nothing to look at, man. I mean, I was looking at people in care and I was looking at care assistants who was looking after me, man. It's like, all those feelings I wanted to portray have just been like, I've had no sweat, man. It's like I've been able to go outside of my head, man. And as far as I live my time in Heath Town, I was just gonna paint, man. There's nothing else for me to do. I mean, it's a front line, an urban no-go. It's just put that pressure on me to go out there and say, well, sure, I'm just gotta get out here and do this thing, man, because nobody else ain't gonna listen to what I'm gonna say.
Graffiti, from signatures scrawled on walls to illegal spray can art, costs Britain an estimated £100 million a year to remove. The people who do it are part of a subculture which sees breaking the law as a form of self-expression. The law has now decided to bite back. The British Transport Police has developed a national policy designed to lead to the mass prosecution of offenders. That policy aims to force the subculture onto the right side of the law. Tonight we ask whether a movement that feeds on breaking the law can be brought to heel through prosecution. Where should we be drawing the line? The graffiti culture is a borrowed culture. It first appeared on the side of New York subway trains 15 years ago. The painters were young, male, and determined to show they were beyond the reach of authority. As the paint spread, so did the culture. Soon, handball courts in every large city in the States were covered with paintings by the good and the bare signatures or tags of the not-so-good. The problem proved almost uncontainable, and as it grew, so did the outrage of people confronted with an alien culture. In the early 80s, graffiti crossed the Atlantic and started appearing on British walls. Again, the writers were young men determined to show the law couldn't stop them, even if it could reach them. Inky from Bristol, who's given up illegal work, was one of the first painters. But while superficially similar to its American neighbour, the roots of the British culture were very different.
If people remember that the beginning of the 1980s was well known for its urban street riots in places like Bristol, St Paul's, in Brixton and in Marseille. That was seen at the time, in the media certainly, to be a young black phenomenon, but it was in fact a mix of young black and white styles of urban protest. And the graffiti that we now see, both legal and illegal, in the late 1980s and early 1990s, is really a product of the mixing of those styles at the beginning of the decade.
Bristol was one of the city's first and worst affected. A tight-knit group painted dozens of murals a month. The prolific Robert Del Naja was the first artist in the country arrested, and his work is still regarded by many as the best.
First time I went out was a bit of a joke. It was a pretty pathetic painting. Spent most of the time running away from passing cars and, you know, dodging in behind sort of walls and, you know, this and that. And, you know, the paint dripped. It was disgusting, really. But I mean, like, no matter how many times you practice and work out in advance how you're going to do it and how to use the spray can, on the night it's just a completely different thing. You know, it does what it wants, you know, it drip, it'll go crazy. And, you know, you've got one chance to do everything. You have to do make everything count. Every line has to be, you know, perfect, spot on, bang, bang, bang. You can't rub out and start again. That's one of the most frightening things. It's probably the biggest fear, rather than getting arrested, actually. You know, the whole thing about doing it was, if you messed up, everyone was going to see it. It was, you know, it was a complete, that was the fear.
But did a night in the cell stop him painting?
You don't feel the police are looking for you after you've been arrested once. I mean, as far as they're concerned, you've probably gone home and you ain't never going to do it again. So, but the first time I went out after being arrested was pretty frightening, you know, en route to the destination and then getting there and looking up at the wall with the blank canvas or whatever and thinking, I've got to spend 4 hours here now. If I'm going to do a painting, it's going to take me 4 hours. You have to commit yourself to that. That's frightening, you know, because, you know, you can't just walk off after 2 hours and think I'll finish it off later and leave a half-finished piece of work at there. That's, you know, I'd rather get arrested than do that.
For the police, the appearance of a durable graffiti culture presented them with a new problem. Officers had always been able to disregard random scrawlings to concentrate on more serious crimes. But brash murals were an open taunt, a public flouting of the law that was impossible to ignore. Railway property was the worst hit, and the British Transport Police concede they simply didn't know how to tackle the sprayers.
At the time, we caught the odd one or two people actually in the act, but it's extremely difficult to actually catch people doing it. I mean, if you don't catch them doing it, trying to get the evidence together for individuals is rather difficult. Say one or two were caught by police officers on patrol in uniform, others in plain clothes. None were actually identified on their tags there and then, so it was very much a hit-and-miss affair.
But while convictions may have been sporadic, they did happen, and attracted attention as the first of their kind. That attention led to a backlash that surprised the sprayers and dismayed the police. It was the appearance of the tagger, a copycat whose only creation is his signature. As 100 tags take less time than the most basic painting, the city's subways became a tagger's roll call. This is Britain's most popular and expensive form of criminal damage. It's always practiced where it'll be most noticed. But why do some of the best painters, like Inky, who's now given it up, also tag?
You got the sort of gangstery sort of image at first when you first get into it, and then you get into the drawing side of it as well after that, really. Doing it illegally, running from the police and so they can draw you into it quite easily. Tagging is like a uniform language to all graffiti artists, where you got certain shapes and letters, and it can be anything from the simplest scrawl to the most complex, like sort of typography, calligraphy style thing on a wall. And the more complex it is basically, it's like the better you are as a writer, the more complex you can do a tag. You've already got the Amsterdam bubble style. You've got to respect that there, don't you?
But however complex a tag is, it's still basic compared to a painting. And by working with taggers, artists like Inky admit they're enjoying the respect of the peer group they motivate.
Criminologists over the years have argued that it is a relatively inoffensive part of youth culture, and even though it is illegal in many cases, it should be left to really go away, and that if you police it, as it was policed in many aspects of the 1980s, it really would make it worse as a problem. It's a classic case of there being a kind of moral panic, which was also obvious in the media as well as in police reaction.
As the graffiti culture spread across Bristol, Avon County Council tried an experiment they hoped could turn criminal damage into art. They set up the Aerosol Arts Project in Barton Hill. It became a legal meeting place for sprayers, who used the walls of the youth club as a place to exchange and practice ideas.
The aim of the Aerosol Project was to provide and offer legal provision for aerosol artists in Bristol, and the project's aims was to bring in all those young people, as humanly possible obviously, that were working illegally in and around Bristol, to this site where there was paint available and wall space for them, and tried to show them that aerosol art could be a positive outlet.
But as the sprayers focused on Barton Hill, so did the law. The British Transport Police began surveillance of the youth club. 5 officers worked for a year, photographing tags on illegal paintings and matching them up with murals at Barton Hill. It was the beginning of Operation Anderson.
It's like chaos, isn't it? It's chaos. C-H-A-O-S, yeah. Yeah, we know them, don't we? It's chaos.
From a police point of view, we have very few options open to us. I mean, whilst individually we might like to encourage them to work elsewhere, if offences are reported to us, obviously we have to respond to that. And I think if the same situation appears again, we would probably take a similar course of action.
The police have a number of options when they attempt to control this sort of behaviour. They can prosecute for serious offences, they can prosecute for relatively low-level offences, for minor offences, and they can also not prosecute at all. They don't necessarily have to use the criminal law in this way. They have a fairly wide discretion. And I think one of the questions here is whether, as some criminologists have suggested, that vandalism of this kind can be perhaps channelled in different ways, in more expressive ways.
On the 12th of July 1989, the British Transport Police raided the houses of the 12 sprayers and taggers they were certain they could convict.
That's all the worst things I've ever had, especially is when you actually got to go into the court and stand in the dock.
Okay, would you come this way, please, sir?
Especially for what we actually did, it wasn't really that. The way they treated us was as if we were some big bank robbers or something.
If you'd like to take a seat over there, please. Okay, sit down. Okay, I'd like to give you this notice as to why you've been detained at the police station. Just point out to you, they have the right to have someone informed of your arrest. You have the right to consult a solicitor, and you have a right to consult a copy of the codes of practice. And you can do this now or at any time during the interview. Okay? I'll give you that notice there. Right, if we can just start then on the interview.
They seized sackloads of spray cans, marker pens and design books. But the most important thing they seized was a diary which contained the telephone numbers of nearly 50 sprayers. Over the next 2 weeks, they were arrested in the biggest ever haul of graffiti artists and equipment.
We had a large number of offences committed all over the city, a large number committed on the railway stations and on trains. We'd amassed a terrific amount of evidence, but it all had to be pieced together, documented, and evidence against all the individuals had to be carefully examined to make sure that we had sufficient evidence to proceed against the individuals.
Cataloguing an unexpected mass of evidence was difficult. So difficult that the chief prosecuting solicitor had to spend 2 weeks sorting it himself.
Fairly conclusive evidence, isn't it? Yeah, very nice. This is really good stuff, this. It's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah, some of the rubbish you see just on the side of buildings.
Defence solicitors believe confusion over the evidence all but crippled the police case. They say that's why the Crown Prosecution Service asked for a more straightforward mass trial. Bristol magistrates turned them down and tried all but 5 cases themselves.
That they were trying to prove some grand type of conspiracy. They then found out that the evidence that they had certainly wasn't sufficient for anything like that and had to think again. But it took them a long time to actually reach that stage. It went through most of the magistrates' court proceedings, as I recall. They were all linked up together in one big bunch, which made it very, very difficult to actually isolate each defendant, what each defendant was supposed to have done.
Each of the 46 sprayers convicted over the next 6 months was found guilty of less serious charges than the police had brought. Their fines ranged from £20 to £2,000. The last and most serious case to come to court was youth leader John Nations. The police alleged he'd organised all those convicted. Nation says he expected the prosecution.
I knew that I would come into contact with the police because of the fact that this site had tags that appeared on it, that appeared on illegal work outside, and obviously the police formed the link between myself and the project here and work that was going on illegally. But obviously, if I was to attract those young people from a legal nature to this project, it obviously meant that I knew that they had been involved in illegal acts. So obviously I held information that the police obviously felt I could assist them with in their investigation.
Do we feel we get enough? 250 quid for you?
After unprecedented delays, the Crown Prosecution Service settled for a deal instead of a conviction. John Nation was found not guilty, but agreed to be bound over to keep the peace for a year.
Going to give that money towards the project, or the painter's going to want that money for themselves.
There's been a substantial decrease in the amount of graffiti that has actually been made. Certain areas have been cleaned up and they haven't been marked up subsequently. So yes, I think it was a success. That doesn't mean to say that we're complacent and it could rear up again very quickly, but I do believe that the people that were involved in it have had a sort of rather short, sharp shock in being caught and taken to court.
You could just drive the problem back out onto the street, which is what the police say they're actually trying to stop, the problem of graffiti aerosol art in the community. Well, if you take away the facility of the legal sites, many of which have been organised by Barton Hill and John Nation, then you're right back to the start.
But did the prosecution stop illegal work appearing? The work that's appeared on the walls of this warehouse says not. Many of the convicted taggers and artists have reoffended, and new painters are replacing those who've given up illegal work. Both those who've gone straight and those who haven't say the intensity of the police operation has invigorated the illegal culture. They say that by being criminalised, it's been glamorised.
Well, now there's more like street tagging and stuff than there ever has been at any time before. I mean, if you just go and look at like the bus stops and like the buses going past, you see that they're all plastered and stuff. But at the moment, people see Bristol as one of the top places just because of the big bust. It's as if like your place is really good for graffiti. You've been busted, like, and it's out, like I said, it like advertises the problem. It means that people actually, it's like tourist attraction and stuff. You get people actually coming to the area for the graffiti.
The problem is, in many ways, a matter of a conflict between the criminal law authorities, the police of various kinds, and youth. And this is a more general problem of policing of youth and youth culture across the country, which is often handled in a very heavy-handed way. There are lots of other examples of this. Acid house movement at the moment, which is being policed with a fairly strict legal clampdown. There's another example where you may well say that hardline policing and hardline law and order policy has actually exacerbated the problem, not solved it.
These officers at Tadworth Transport Police Headquarters near London are being taught Bristol fashion. The plainclothes instructor plays the part of an escaping tagger.
You're supposed to travel on the train, and you buy your ticket before you come on the platform. And you don't go riding on trains. Just take your name.
What did you have?
Trespass.
That was all.
When their training is complete and these officers return to their regions, they will help to apply the lessons of the Bristol operation nationally. The decision to create a national hardline policy was taken at a seminar of senior officers after Operation Anderson.
The more information you get from the house, the more information you can give to the local intelligence officer, who can then circulate it. They may well have gone off their patch and gone elsewhere. You can check out the computer. That's the sort of stuff we're looking for. Not only when we search them at the scene, but later on, if you do get a chance to search their houses. What else would you be looking for then, maybe when you get to the house?
Quite a lot of them also have their tags, and they do it in their own home as well, so you can marry up the tags. I've seen a few. That's my name as well.
Thank you.
The reason the British Transport Police is able to transform regional experiments into national policies is because of its unique structure. Funded by the Home Office and British Rail, it only has one Chief Constable, and therefore only has one set of policies which can be quickly introduced and changed. Because those policies are national, they have a wide impact.
So go over the house.
They're often copied by other forces after being introduced by the Transport Police.
quite nice, some of them. I like that sort of thing. So we put the information out then to Bristol and to Cardiff, to Plymouth, various other places, and they've all had successful operations there. Cardiff and South Wales had a substantial number in also. They all originated from the job at Bristol. So
what is interesting, I think, is the comparison between this sort of phenomenon and, say, football hooliganism. British Transport Police have been very much at the forefront of combating football hooliganism and vandalism over the last 20 or 30 years, and it has been up to the other police forces to take over their role in many cases. In the case of football hooliganism, a National Football Intelligence Unit was set up to take over much of what the role of the British Transport Police had been in the 1970s and 80s. Now, in the case of graffiti, the British Transport Police are very much in the forefront again.
The people at the forefront of the graffiti culture are the Bristol Sprayers. At this festival of legal street art in Manchester, Inky gives a demonstration of the other Bristol fashion to graffiti crews from around the country. But being fashionable also means being photographed by officers from the Northern Graffiti Squad. Working with officers from Bristol, it's instigated the largest campaign since Operation Anderson. But out of notoriety and fame has come profit. Inky is one of several artists who earn up to £1,000 a commission, painting anything from nightclubs in Bristol to canal boats in Amsterdam, work they say has materialised since they were prosecuted. But those same artists remain loyal to Barton Hill. They contribute a percentage of their profits to help younger sprayers. John Nation says it's their form of crime prevention.
I think if the police used the investigation tactics that they used in Bristol on a national level, I still don't think they'll actually solve the illegal aspect of what is materialising in this country. Because those young people that are working illegally in other parts of the country, the vast majority of them have not got the opportunity to paint in a legitimate site like this one here in Bristol. Other cities like Manchester, Liverpool, and a lot of other cities around the country, they've got no legal wall space or providence or understanding coming from, whether it be youth workers, probation officers, whatever. So all that occurs is that those young people have the images of illegal work being reinforced time after time, so there's no opportunity or even an offer to channel their activities.
Here, John Nation tries to guide children at Bath Summerfield Special School in the right direction. It's part of a series of visits to schools by Barton Hill artists. These children normally have an attention span of around 20 minutes. Legal painter Jody occupied them for 3 hours. While sessions like this are unlikely to create artists, the hope is that they'll stop young people becoming taggers and ending up in court. Jody has never worked illegally, but believes he owes a debt to those who did.
I mean, these kids that have gone out and sort of worked illegally, there's not been accepted as an art form, but they've pulled it off of the streets into places like this, which is obviously a good thing. I think they should deserve more respect for it.
So could the threat of more arrests or the financial benefits of going straight bring the rest of Bristol's maverick sprayers onto the right side of the law? It was work by some of these sprayers which made Bristol graffiti famous. Shab was one of the most prolific. The one sprayer never caught by the transport police, he maintains an elusive lifestyle.
To me, it's a love. It's my first love, painting. From anything else there is, I do. I just love painting. It's a real passion for me. I can't see myself doing anything else. It's no hobby anymore. It's my life. When I do a piece, I take everything there is in life to account. not just some people look to other pieces of art like sculpture and like fine paintings and abstract, but I look to the whole of life, to people, to emotions, to animals, to everything there is, and how everything gets on with each other within life.
Well, I think the policy to adopt a hard line or a firm line by prosecuting, not only in Bristol but elsewhere, is working. In Bristol, we've seen it work, and the national trend is to take a firm line by prosecuting. I mean, they are committing criminal offences. Whilst we're sympathetic to them having facilities, our attitude is they are committing criminal offences, and we will take a hard line, we will arrest people, we will report people, and we will put them before the court.
The Transport Police argue that a national hardline policy is cheap compared to the cost of removing graffiti. Even so, it's anxious to avoid a repeat of the more embarrassing aspects of Operation Anderson. Lawyers from the Bristol Crown Prosecution Service will now lecture at Tadworth, and evidence will be processed into a book for magistrates and juries to examine.
So much the cleaning off is expensive as the time.
It's definitely a selfish thing to do, to paint on an outside wall which is probably not your property and stick it there for everyone to look at with no choice. But I think that sums up, and it's kind of part of the environment we live in, part of the city we live in. It's a selfish place. You feel no kind of link with what you see around you. There's no human stamp on it. It's just office, commercial business. And so that is part of the need to actually put something on there, paint your own face on the walls, you know, and that was really what it was about, have a good time and do that.
Certainly evidence on a national scale that there is now a police culture and a youth culture which are integrally opposed to each other. In the case of acid house scene, football hooliganism and in graffiti, what you have is two cultures which are very much opposed to each other, but also which have similarities. They are both cultures of machismo in many ways. They are very male cultures. And what needs to be done to some extent is to break down that maleness for them to be able to resist each other, but in less strident fashion. And in some ways, if you had less prosecution-minded police and more tolerant youth cultures, something may happen.
So, as a sporadic conflict hangs on the edge of becoming a national confrontation, will illegal graffiti be policed out of existence? Or will a more consistent form of policing simply lead to a more persistent conflict? Either way, both sides accept that the line of conflict between dissatisfied youth and authority runs deeper than graffiti.
See, even the tags can look quite nice when they're done big.
Oh, when they're done properly, yeah.
See, someone's already graffitied over the top of that. There's a place to try and do it.
In trouble, pal, now. Okay, any complaints you've got, you can make to the custody officer. Yeah, have you got the car outside? Come up here. Come and complain again.
Oi, you!